Overview. Installation flow. After successfully deploying large-scale CDMA 2001X for commercial use in China and overseas, ZTE is again first to launch with new mobile NGN all-IP technology. The CDMA 2000 ZXC10 BSSB is an all-IP uniform platform 3G mobile communication system. It features high-speed forward and inverse data rates, supports a variety of streaming and multimedia services and applications, and possesses flexible networking modes and better compatibility than anything on the market. This course focuses on hardware installation specifications for the ZXC10 BSSB. Reliable equipment operation is closely tied to installation project quality. Only by standardization during equipment installation can operators effectively control factors caused by improper installation, while also improving the operational reliability of the equipment. Prior to equipment installation, the first task is to conduct an engineering survey. With the participation of the equipment operator's representative, the site is surveyed according to the items in the engineering survey report, with all results recorded in detail. The first environment check is performed according to the items in the Environment Acceptance Report, where the equipment's environmental requirements for installation are outlined. When the environment does not meet specification, the equipment operator should improve conditions as recommended as soon as possible. The involved persons from both parties should clearly know all construction preparations before equipment installation, operators' existing communication network structure, how to collect the data necessary for equipment configuration and installation according to the technical contract, and engineering network diagrams and specification in order to support installation and all production-related arrangements. After both parties reach an agreement on the completed survey and environment acceptance results, their respective persons in charge should review, accept and sign the engineering survey report and environment acceptance report. The second task is the engineering design. During the engineering design, the equipment operator usually entrusts a qualified institute with the construction design and drawings for the BSS. After all the above work is completed, hardware installation can begin. The hardware installation flow follows. Engineering preparations. Prepare all necessary tools and meters during project implementation. Check to see whether the equipment room, building, indoor environment, equipment room power supply, grounding, fire control facilities, and transmission interfaces satisfy the equipment installation and operational requirements. Prepare technical documentation like hole drilling templates and engineering process documents that should be signed for confirmation. Unpacking for inspection. Explain the unpacking method and goods inspection and delivery flows. Conveying equipment. Explain precautions in conveying the BSCB and BTSB. Cabinet base installation. Explain the cabinet base installation method with the BSCB cabinet as an example. Direct cabinet installation. Explain the direct cabinet fixing and installation method with the BTSB cabinet as an example. Installing internal cables of cabinet. Introduce installation methods for the cabinet clock cable, monitoring cable and Ethernet cable. Installing external cables of cabinet. Introduce installation of the cabinet trunk cable. Installing power cable and ground cable. Introduce installation of the cabinet power cable and ground interface. Installing monitoring system. Introduce installation of the entrance control alarm device, infrared sensor, temperature and humidity sensor, smoke sensor and the alarm box. Installing GPS. Introduce the installation methods of GPS antenna. making method of GPS feeder connector and fault checking methods for the GPS antenna. Installing boards. Introduce installation of the BSCB BTSB front and back boards. Checking installation of antenna pole. Introduce installation of the antenna pole. Installing antenna. Introduce the antennal assembly, connection of 3-meter jumper for antenna and installation of antenna at pole. Installing feeder window. Introduce the installation steps and precautions for the feeder window. Installing feeder cables. Introduce the feeder route, feeder length measurement, feeder connector making method, and feeder laying and fixing methods. Hardware installation check. Check all of the mentioned installation items to ensure the entire installation work completely satisfy project specifications. Equipment power on, off. Introduce precautions in preliminary power on, routine power on, off, and hot swappable operations of the BSCB BTSB. We will detail the installation method and specification for each link according to the installation flow as mentioned.